Hey, what's up guys, Control here, and today I'm bringing you guys a Cubelock deck. This one is pretty standard. There's not too much that's super fancy about it right now. The build that's currently being used is really good for post-nerf, so you guys might be watching this after the nerfs go live, specifically to Aviana. That's a really specific wild one. Before the nerfs, it's really good to run Dirty Rats. However, I'm not queuing into Druids, so I'm not doing that right now. But if you're playing it in the couple days before the nerfs go live, then 2 Dirty Rats should be really good in this deck. But otherwise, it's a pretty simple standard, standard not as in like, you know, the format, but standard as in a standard wild Cubelock deck. Very powerful deck that has a ton of late game potential. And yeah, there's a lot of crazy shit that happens with cubes, specifically revolving around Mal'Ganis, the sick wild legendary, because the aura buffs do just stack over and over again, which makes them really formidable and just honestly helps you push towards victories. Sometimes you'll get like Doomguards buffed by like 4 Mal'Ganis and just go face and win the game. 13 damage is pretty good. Anyways, it's you know, a little bit of an intro there. Again, remember the Dirty Rats if you're playing before the nerfs go live against a lot of Druids. Otherwise, this deck's perfectly good to use. Packs a huge punch. It's very flexible. I was out all day yesterday. I come back, he had friends over, and I think that they just like drank them all.
You asked for it. You face
Probably aggro Mage. People probably want to play this deck a little bit before Mana Worm gets gutted. It's gonna keep one Hellfire. This is a really bad matchup if it is. If it's Reno Mage, it's perfectly fine. But yeah. We'll see. Worm. Okay, regardless of the matchup, this hand's not looking too good. You get a lot of straggling pieces that don't really do anything by themselves. Voidcaller or the Skull would completely turn this hand around, though, obviously, as they just get to play a 9 mana card for no reason and a 5 mana card for no reason. But we'll see if we can pick either of those up. Yeah, so it is going to be like the secret deck, which is pretty frustrating. It's likely Corinne Tormage. Okay. This might be like a Coin Hellfire, a test for counterspell game. Then just Doomguard on curve. Okay, never mind Reno Mage. It's good. Reno Mage is good. Very nice for us because this hand is super slow. Tap, Library Boy. Gotta play the Mom. And pass. So that's good for us. We're playing a very heavy value deck against the Reno Mage, so we can definitely start out tempoing them between turns like, depending on what we draw, even as early as next turn, if we get like a Skull or Voidcaller, but generally around like turns 6 to 10, I'd say, is where we just like start pressuring them really, really hard. Again, the effect's kind of contingent just on Voidcaller or Skull, and that's kind of what brings this entire deck together. Most of your threats are based around these demons that you kind of just play. So this is probably Polypotion or Runes, so we're going to test with one of these little boys. Hopefully draw a bigger boy. Yeah, Polypotion. I really don't want a Pact. I might just like Librarian again and see what's good with that. It's our bomb, nice, that's dumpable. And a dump, so I don't have to waste a coin.
Who knows what secrets will uncover?
Ping ping pong. Brad's kind of scary, but not really that scary. It's not a great description, but I'm not too worried about the card, is what I'm trying to say. I wonder if Facelessing the Deathlord's ever good here. I think it's Faceless to the Deathlord or just Hellfire. Could just Doomguard too. Doesn't really seem that bad, to be honest, so just Doomguard here. Only really bad pull for my deck would be N'Zoth. Fairly good outcome. Would have liked to keep one Dark Pact and throw away like the Spellstone or the Hellfire, but I'm not really complaining, to be honest. It's pretty good. So he'll always be looking for 2 Polymorph Potions here. It's just really normal for this matchup to do that. Quick 10 mana AoE Polys, because then you can just deal with my Gul'dan and N'Zoth board, then I have to win through pressure otherwise. That's where cards like Cube come in. Unfortunately, I don't have an activator for it now because we did just lose both of our Dark Packs, but yeah. Could still be useful. Oh no, Pyros. So if we win a flip, this is pretty good. We could trade Hellfire, Coin, Tal'Daram, Mal'Ganis if that wins. Then we would have a lot of power on board that he really wouldn't have a way to deal with. Half the time that plays kind of bad though. But I think I'm fine taking a 50-50 here. There's nothing else that's really that great, like facelessing a 5-5 is okay. I don't think it's that good though. So we're gonna trade Bran, Hellfire, get Mal'Ganis out of the hand, and Coin Tal'Daram on that. Okay, I mean not really that bad. Meteor is pretty bad right now actually, but that's okay. Because we lose both. Maybe we want to keep one in the case that we get... Or just in the case of cubes, so maybe I do just Coin Tal'Daram here, just because of that. Okay. Also quite a bit of pressure, so I think that's fine. And I want to keep the 5-2 because it's more damage over the 3-3 in the case of Meteor. A lot of damage that turn, huh? It's also 5, so if we do upgrade it one more time, then we can actually cube and spellstone on the same turn. Deal 5 res 2. Nice. 13, so we're just one off lethal here, assuming he can't clear anything else. And the ping there. Okay. Dark Bomb's lethal. Ooh, Umbra Cube will be a combo later on. So what really punishes us with Bran? I think the answer is probably just going to be nothing.
Must destroy.
So we always tap here. Defile, not very useful. I think we do just go faceless on the 5-6 and push face. Thing you gotta recognize about this is worst case scenario, I get a shit ton of Doom Guards when we play Blood Reaver Gul'dan. Is that really that bad? Like we just tempo cube, what he does is goes ahead and then he polys it, right? That's the issue with that. That's what I was trying to say. It's the Arcano Girl card, probably a block, it's fine. Healbot, I don't really think that's that big of a problem though, because then he only has 3 mana to do other things this turn. If his play is clear one of, like, clear the 3-3 and then heal for 16, I don't think his play is very good. Because I still have a lot of power on board and I'm still really in the driver's seat this game, right? Like, I'm making it to turn 9, which is my turn that matters, because I go Umbra Cube and I just win. So I don't think it's really a big deal at all, to be honest. Reno is always just Reno, so that doesn't really change anything. Okay.
A paltry task.
Most likely block. Contest first though, yep. Can tap. Get 2 ticks of Defile, should be fine. 1-2, keep the Doom Guard healthy. And now it's whether or not I want to tempo this, and what really the benefit of tempoing it is. He has to play Reno to win next turn. He plays Reno or Healbot, right?
Computing.
You could Flame Strike both, that would be a problem. I don't think it's really worth it to just throw it, because the cards should always be good. Like, especially because I don't have Dark Pact, it's really important to be able to just do something with that. AoE potion also would have cleared both too. So he's played his Poly Potion from his deck, so I think we just play the Mal'Ganis now. He also took 2 5-mana potions, so he doesn't have AoE Poly, which is important. Polymorph, yep. Not a big deal. Doomsayer. Hello 1-3s. It's fine. My Gul'dan's not going to be as crazy as it would have been otherwise, especially because Mal'Ganis is dead now. But not really a big deal. We do just get 3 1/1s on the board. Seems good to me. We also know for certain that isn't block. So these are the 2 random cards from Babbling Book, right? And this is a spell from his hand. It's most likely going to be Counterspell or Barrier. Is the average option here. And that is most likely the other one in that combo. So if we play in a Zoth, what we get is 1 Void Caller and 1 Void Lord. And 1 Mistress of Mixtures, I believe. Probably want to do this in this order where we play Mom first and then we play Void Lord. Case of Runes. It's also probably fairly popular, yeah. I think it's probably a pretty common card just because it's Druid right now. Class hasn't been nerfed. So that means we shouldn't expect Barrier then, that should be Counterspell most likely. Runes is just overall a really, really good secret for what it does. It's like a fireball on a minion for 3 mana. And you have to play around it.
What to do?
There's something that I've learned playing Hearthstone, it's that your average Hearthstone player really doesn't like to play around cards too often. Let's... Pyros, okay. So that's really not a very good play. So we're going to say his hand isn't very good. And we just draw Gul'dan, so what you do when you draw Gul'dan is you play Gul'dan. Something that I've learned is that when you draw good cards, you should probably play them. And that's going to be game. Yeah, so it's most likely Counterspell then. GG. 69, baby, let's go! Do I use Hand Loop? Yes, sir. A warrior! Wow. Is Barnes the card with highest win rate when kept? I'm not sure, to be honest. Big Priest probably doesn't have meaningful stats because it's not very relevant in the current metagame. So if I assume it's Pirate Warrior, this card's pretty good, but I think Dark Bombs is significantly better, and I would prefer to have cards like Mom, Defile, Hellfire, you know. The good old cards that do stuff early on. Cool, we got one. Do I think Super Collider should be changed? No. I think Super Collider is a fine card. I think Super Collider is actually a really interesting card. I don't think that it's absolutely broken, and I wouldn't like to see it changed at all now. Like there are just so many cards to talk about before you talk about something like that. That's just like a balanced, strong card. It's not balanced, overpowered. Not that those two things can go in the same sentence because it doesn't make any sense, but yeah. So Cube's just broken in this matchup. It's always just OP against Warrior because they can't kill it easily. Do we agree that we need more awesome golden animations like Shredder and Dark Pact? Yeah, but I really don't want to spend any more money on this game. So no, I will disagree. Card's pretty dank, actually. Fits your opponent's turn and gain 6 armor. Oh, wow. Top first. It's a lot of armor. What do I think about Cube long-term in Wild? I don't think it's super degenerate. Like, this deck can just get run over by anybody that's playing a face deck, and I think that's perfectly fine. But I think one of the long-term issues that might come out, just regarding the Wild format, is that there aren't any face decks long-term. Because other decks just get better and better defensive options, and Blizzard is very hesitant to print anything that involves, I'm gonna hold this because of Dirty Art, I think. And Blizzard's very hesitant to run, or print anything, sorry, that even slightly resembles an aggro card that's actually good, like a face aggro card. They've just completely hopped off that train, effectively removed charge from the game. They've nerfed patches in Wild. So I think the Cube could become a problem because defensive options will continue to get stronger, while aggressive options just become weaker and weaker. And I think that could become a huge issue in the future for specifically Wild. Which I think could be a huge deal. And yeah, I just think that they don't like to print good aggro cards because it just gets circle jerked to honestly all hell on the internet about how degenerate aggro decks are when they're good. People just hate it. Absolutely just hate it. Because I think the thing is, like, the average player base always wants to play really bad, greedy decks. And then that's super normal. Everybody wants to pull off their fun combos and all that kind of stuff. But then when you want to do that and you want to play fun stuff all day, what ends up happening is you end up losing to a lot of the decks that are, you know, meant to shut down the fun decks, which are generally fast face aggro decks. Like, think about it. Think about how long it's been since Aggro Shaman Aggro Shaman or Pirate Warrior have gotten any new card printed for them at all, excluding the 3/3 legendary from this set. But that's not like completely core to Aggro Shaman. Just think about it. It's been a long ass time. I think I am gonna tap here. Tile the Ram. Just gonna hold that. Gonna play just the Mom here. Bonk and bonk. I was thinking about bonk Hellfire, but I don't really want to. I don't see a reason to. Can play slow. Yeah, and they killed Manowar Minnow with Circle Jerking. Yeah, just a high win rate aggro card that was perfectly fine.
This jungle hides many secrets.
Dirty Rat Nod Warrior, you are right, my friend. Dirty Rat Nod Warrior, yes. I don't know why, but whenever I see Tank Up, I don't assume Odd Warrior in Wild. I just think it's like a regular Warrior deck. It's my bad. I don't really want to Tal'Daram anything but a cube, to be honest. I think Tank Up's fine where it is. I don't really think it's necessary to have it be 3 health. Or, yeah, I think that 4 health's fine for Tank Up, to be honest. The issue with that, right, is that the reason why you would say something like that is because you don't enjoy polarized matchups and you like playing fast decks. Odd Warrior is very similar to Odd Rogue in that... Odd Warrior is similar to Quest Rogue in that both decks have very polarized matchups, which can be quite frustrating for people. And not everybody enjoys that, and I 100% understand that. I think that I do just play Mal'Ganis here. Probably just because his Shield Slam is like the only thing that really matters about me not doing it. And that I'd like to be able to play Cube and just get it out. Or sorry, I'd like to be able to play Skull and have it like copied. I might just go for that instead. Play a slower game. Because I already am ahead on board, I don't really need to do too much here. Could just play Doomguard, make him go ahead and... like play Faceless, sorry. Make him go ahead and Brawl here. Seems fine. I should top first, though, just in case we get something good. Okay. Let's pressure a little bit. Seems fine. But I think it's not so much that like the hero power is that bad. I think it's just that when you play Odd Warrior, you're usually going to beat aggro decks, and you're usually going to lose everything else. And I think that's just normal. There's nothing really wrong with it either. It's just the fact that you probably don't enjoy the polarized matchups. It's the same thing when Quest Rogue queues into aggro. They're usually going to win. And when Quest Rogue queues into slow decks... oh, sorry. The aggro deck's usually going to win against Quest Rogue, and the slow decks are usually going to lose against Quest Rogue. You dislike polarized matchups? Yeah, that's fine. I don't really like them too much either, to be honest. I don't think they're that bad. I just don't like playing them all day. Especially in Wild, because there's like... the metagame is usually consisting of like... somewhere between like 1 and like 10 people at best. During peak hours. So you really don't have too much room to mess around with. You can just play the daddy. Play Golden before I play this off. I'm not really too interested in playing Mom. I don't want another bad card from Gul'dan. You guys hate Kingsbane? I think that's fair. Kingsbane's kind of an annoying deck to queue into. Similar to Quest Rogue in that sense. I like Kingsbane a lot myself because it's one of the few consistent counters to Big Priest. And I fucking hate Big Priest. That's no surprise to any of you though, you guys already know that. But yeah, I do like the card for that exact reason, in that you can just consistently target Big Priest and win with it. I am a guy who absolutely hates people who counter queue, but I will counter queue a Big Priest any day of the week with Big Priest. That's how much I hate them. Just gonna do that real quick. I do think I'm gonna tap here. I really need to have a power turn next turn, I think. So he can just bop this and do that, which is fine. Okay, so I'm really looking for cube here or Gul'dan, one of the two. It's kind of frustrating that I have both cubes bottom 8, but that's part of the game. So what we really want to do is just like cube a big card with Tal'Daram probably not Umbra. So Skull's really good here, but it also means that we want to be tapping, I think. Because we do want to get that cube then, because that's the cube is what makes this turn good. That's what I'm trying to say. But I also want to just do that. Unlucky, dude. Okay. Let's hope the natural draw is good. I can't tap anymore. Play them on somewhere in the middle. Doesn't matter. I don't really want it to die, but that one it doesn't really matter, right? He always gets to attack it. I don't want to Dark Pact it because I want to save that for the cube. I don't think I'm ever afraid of dying here. So I think we're fine. Just pass. Second one of these? No, because it has so many targets, that's fine. This, if he uses the flurry, it kills his minions too, so I shouldn't be dead. Why hate? I just really don't enjoy playing against Big Priest. I think it's a completely brain dead deck that's very unenjoyable to play against. That's all. It's one of the decks that actually kills my Hearthstone experience and makes me just not want to play the game. Unlucky. I was off the pack, right? Yeah, unlucky. Happens though. So we got the cube, that's nice, but doesn't really do too much here. Pulling the cube or Godfrey are both bad for us, actually. But I do think I just have to YOLO play this now, because I need to get it back. We played both Void Colors. I can't get N'Zoth because these are still here. So I'll do this turn. We'll clear one of these, get a card, force him to do something. Hopefully it's cube, not Godfrey. Actually, I prefer Godfrey. Yeah, it's better. It's better. Okay, so that happens. He swings, Super Collider happens. If it hits here, then am I dead? No, a little bit off. The deck doesn't run reach. I'm just thinking whether I need to do this or not. I think we're fine. Because he still has to kill Mal'Ganis, right? So, but it's like Shield Slam, so yeah. Hi, Shaman. How are you? Okay. But yeah, the problem with that is that the priest archetypes that aren't Big Priest are just not very good. Like, Reno Priest, 1, lost Raza to the nerf, and 2 is effectively unplayable because of all the Druid that you're seeing right now. The deck simply just can't out-damage Druid's armor, which makes it very hard to play. And Reno Priest really suffers heavily in a Dirty Red heavy metagame, which we're seeing right now. Which makes that deck a really bad choice to be using right now on ladder. And Combo Priest is effectively unplayable with all the hard removal that's being played right now. Especially with cards like Devolve being so prevalent, you know, Poison Seeds being so prevalent. The deck just, it doesn't really have any favorables that you would want to queue into. Okay, Gul'dan bottom 3, this isn't looking too hot. Just gonna play N'Zoth, get cleared here. Lose the Thingamidog. Pulling Doomguard's important though, because it helps us go face, but this is most likely just a wash based on draw order for Gul'dan and cubes. It's actually a really fucking unlucky game. Both cubes bottom 5 just sucks. Because, like, the way you win this matchup is you just cube something, and then you keep on pushing face, because they know if they clear board, you have 2 more threats coming out. And you continue doing that. But it's just unlucky, I guess. I don't really know how else to put it. Ding, ding, ding. So now even if we get Gul'dan, it's really not that good next turn because The average pull is now a 1-3. The hero power is okay, but it's not really good. Control and Dragon Priest. Control Priest is okay, but it has the whole thing where it loses to combo decks, and the only thing people play in Wild is combo decks. Which means that it kind of sucks.
This might sting.
Okay, this will slightly increase the odds that the outcome from this is better, which is good. Effectively last card? Yes, sir. Literally the last card now. Literally. Do you think with the upcoming nerfs, Wild will finally see a new golden meta in Wild? No. I think the only thing that can truly be considered like a golden meta in Wild would be like the mean streets of Gadgetzan era for Wild. That was when the format was still very fresh and very, very fun to play. The metagame was balanced, and you could play a wide variety of different archetypes that were all powerful. And your decisions were legitimately meaningful. I don't think the balance changes are very big for Wild. I think that they'll slightly hinder Druid, but I think other culprits like Shaman will still exist and not change anything at all with that. Jade Druid's still a deck. Like it's not really changing too much, to be honest with you, for Wild. Eviana being gone is nice though, like it's a Wild balance change, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. Okay, so he just plays Brawl here in this game. I can get exactly 4 Doom Guards or 3 with Mal'Ganis, but it's unlikely. Yeah. Pretty shitty outcome. At least 1 Void Lord was probably needed and a Mal'Ganis to win here. It's okay though. Can't do too much, my friends. Cannot do too much. $13, so these are 7, 7, 5, so it deals 2. So we need Defile stuff here. Go face for 6 plus 3. 9 plus 5, 14. Okay, I win. Cool. Right, I think? No, I'm 2 off, right? Oh no, because it's Tal'Daram, right? Oh, I don't have mana though. Fuck. I don't have mana for Tal'Daram. Hey Dan, thanks for the host, man. Your stream is good, dude. I'm trying to do some quick math here. This is hard. We could just do that. But does that matter? I just feel like it would be better to do that here. 5, 2... It's something like this, I'm pretty sure. And then I just trade these off and go face. But the thing is, he's at 6, he has to clear this, which seems kind of tough. How's Cubelock right now? It's okay. This game should have been a free win, but we had goal down last card, and then we had both cubes bottom 5. Could feel okay. But the only problem is that all I really have left to work with is my hero power. And he has a lot more value in his deck, and we're just out of cards. So he does that. Oh, wait. What warrior card? Okay, no, we're fine then. Okay, good game. This card is always really scary. I don't really know what warrior spell would beat me. Maybe like Brawl. Yeah, I mean Brawl, right? Brawl and he wins the Brawl. Is there anything else? I don't think so, really, right? I think we're fine. Can Barnes be changed already? I don't think they're gonna ever touch a card, dude. But yeah, good win.